Pat yourself on the back because you are right here, right now, for a reason. Welcome to the On Purpose podcast, where together we will empower ourselves and others to live lives with more passion and purpose.
Welcome to episode 145 of the On Purpose podcast. It's Jerrod on the solo this week, and I got a short little message for you, but it's one I've been thinking about, and it's weighed on me. I've written some articles and some law enforcement stuff about it, and I thought I would just share with you all because it's not specifically for law enforcement, although it definitely applies there, but I think we can apply it in our lives. So the title of episode 145 is Don't Fall in Love. Now wait, I'm not talking about getting married or finding the love of your life and creating a family or having someone to travel the world with and to share all your special moments with. I'm not talking about that kind of love. I certainly want you to have that in your life, and I think that's kind of what most people spend their life searching for, is that love and acceptance from those around them. What I'm talking about when I say don't fall in love is don't fall in love with yourself, right? Don't fall in love with who you've been in the past, that you forget to take time to allow yourself to grow in the future. Don't fall in love with the accomplishments of yesterday so much that you forget to work towards your tomorrows. You see this a lot with people who, when I think of this, I think of the person that's, my age, almost 50 years old, and they're still running around telling you about the stuff they did in high school, right? That high school game and the one that just got away, or maybe they were a state champion in high school, so they tell you about it, and, they haven't accomplished much in the 30, 40 years since, because they fell in love with who they were then. They felt like they reached the apex of life, and they no longer continued to grow. The other thing I say about don't fall in love is don't fall in love with people or things around you that are no longer serving you or failing to grow with you. Sometimes we hold on to the memory of what was at one time, even though people's actions, the circumstances have changed, maybe our needs have changed, and we overlook that, or we don't give it enough weight to grow past it. We hold on to things, hold on to places in our lives that no longer serve us. One of the very first episodes, way back when we started the On Purpose podcast, is I told you guys, and we talked about that everything in life has a season. And I think, for me for sure, and for many of us, when we struggle in life, it's when we're failing to recognize a season has come to a close, or it's time to move to a new season. We're trying to hold on so hard to what we had already had, to the way things used to be, that we're missing the obvious signs that it's no longer there, that it's time for us to move forward. Maybe we've outgrown that relationship. Maybe we've outgrown that job that no longer challenges us, that we're just sticking with to ride out 9 years of our life till we make it to retirement. We fall in love with comfort and predictability. Yet at the same time, we're upset or unfulfilled by where we're at in life. Now, I want you to love the people around you and love the places you've been, but you can't be so attached to everything that you fail to move on. You fail to grow. Now, ideally, the things around you and the people around you would grow with you. But we know that's not always the case. And I think all of us can, off the top of our head, probably think of the person, the place, the thing, the time in our life when we held on so tightly to what was that we were missing what could be and what is. So I challenge you guys today to look at your life, lives around you, and where you're spending your time, and ask yourself, are you holding on to stuff that you've outgrown, that it's time to move past? Are you stunting your own growth by doing so? And if so, let's work on releasing it. A lot of times we go into New Year's and a lot of people talk about what they're going to achieve and what they want and their drives and their desires. But a lot of times, to get to your growth, that place you want to be, you've got to accept you can't stay where you are. You've got to let go, to fall out of love with who you used to be, with the way things used to be, and move forward. You'll always have the memories to look back upon and the times to commemorate of what was, but you won't always have the time to take advantage of that next opportunity, to meet those new people, to get into that new space that allows you to grow and become who you want to be in 2022. So take this week to evaluate, are you in love with who you used to be or what used to be or the places that used to be, so much so that they are actually sabotaging you from moving forward and holding you back? Make a list. Write down who you want to become and what's holding you back, and see if it isn't that you haven't let go, that you haven't forgave, in some cases, yourself, others, or you're romantically trying to recreate something that has long been over. I appreciate you all being here. We love the On Purpose community. Coming up on 3 years strong, so feel free to reach out via email if you want to contact us, social media, if you want to help continue to grow these purposeful messages. And I'm enjoying the variety of episodes, the length. I hope you enjoyed the guest last week, COVID, Bitter or Better. Certainly pretty cool to me that she turned to poetry in that time. And support us on Patreon if you want to help us grow and get in the game a little bit. And as always, if you have guests you would love to hear on here, please send them our way. We are always looking to make things bigger and better. So thank you for being here. Don't be out there falling in love with what used to be, what could have been, what might have been. Instead, look down the road and see what you want to become, who you want to become, and where you want to go, and start taking those steps that way. And remember, team, life is far too short to live any other way than on purpose. We will see you all again next week.